Let's move on now to the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Russia says that it has shot down Ukrainian drones over 5 regions, including Moscow. Besides 2 Ukrainian missiles over the Azov Sea, Russia controlled the Ukrainian Azov Sea coast since last year when it fell to Moscow. The attack comes a day after Russia mounted a large-scale drone attack on Kiev. As Moscow's offensive drags into the 22nd month, Russia and Ukraine have been hitting each other with drones for months. Russia says Ukrainian drones hit the Moscow region as well as other regions bordering Ukraine. The Russian Defense Ministry claimed that its air defense destroyed 9 drones over Moscow, Tula, Kaluga and Bryansk regions. It later said 4 more Ukrainian drones were downed over the Bryansk region, as well as the southwestern region and the Tula region, which is north of Moscow. The attacks came a day after Ukraine said Russia launched 75 Iranian-made Shahid drones, mostly aimed at Kiev. Kiev called it a record in Moscow's offensive so far. Ukraine has also stepped up its attacks on Russia since launching its counteroffensive this summer. It has hit regions close to fighting zones as well as farther inland into Russia, including Moscow itself. Ukraine has also reported Russian attacks in the south and east of the country. Regional authorities said in the Kherson region, bad weather and Russian attacks left around a dozen villages without electricity. Kiev has been preparing for weeks for an expected Moscow campaign against its energy grid. Ukraine's national security advisor has claimed that Moscow has activated a network of sleeper spies in Ukraine in the past 2 months. These spies are allegedly trying to destabilize Ukrainian society in the face of a military deadlock. Further, fearing that global attention has shifted to the Israel-Hamas conflict, Ukraine is calling on the West to supply more weapons to counter Moscow's forces as the winter settles in. Ukraine and Russia are also facing another front, and this is a natural one. A major storm has now left nearly 2 million without power in parts of Russia, Crimea and occupied Ukraine. Another severe snowstorm with strong winds blanketed Ukraine and left more than 2,000 settlements across 16 regions without power. A dozen motorways were also closed to vehicles, and parts of Moscow city were buried in massive snow, which disrupted transport, delayed flights and caused trouble for pedestrians on foot. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.